Hey there, this is Dave Gleason. I'm here at my facility, Athletic Revolution, just south of Boston, Massachusetts. And today, in relation to long-term athletic development, I want to discuss a term called physical literacy and how that relates to long-term athletic development, and also as a segue into sensitive periods. Like, what is that and how do those all relate? How do they, piece together? Physical literacy right now in Canada is huge. There are universities that have full course loads. You can get a bachelor's degree in physical literacy. It's really important, and this is why. It relates right back to long-term athletic development, which what we've been talking about. What are we exposing our kids to? How are we coaching our young kids these days? And what are the long-term effects to those? So what does the programming look like? Should it be a short 6-week spurt, or should it be a curriculum that's based on longevity and getting them to the point where they're successful not just in sport and in life? Well, that's physical literacy in a nutshell as well. Think of it as movement proficiency, teaching our kids how to be as proficient at movement as possible. That's where the literacy comes in. Physically literate. Think of the other side of that, being physically illiterate, not being able to move too much outside of a single sport, which is the problem with early specialization. It's great if I can play soccer at a real young age, but if that's all I can do, how does that carry me beyond my athletic career, which, let's face it, at some point will end. So how proficient are they at movement skills, at running, crawling, skipping, climbing, jumping, throwing, all these different things? That is the main purpose and the mission of what we do as coaches in the terms of not just youth fitness, but youth performance, youth sports performance. It's helping them become physically literate. Here's another way to look at it. If we just use a school analogy, we always start kids out with like 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, and then there's arithmetic, and they have to learn their ABCs before they start to conjugate and put together words, correct? So we can't just go from ABCs or 1, 2, 3s to algebra. We can't skip all those steps. We also can't do that when we're talking about physical literacy or movement proficiency, okay? Now, sensitive periods, what are those? Merely think of it this way. It's just when children are growing and developing, when they're most likely to pick up new skills. Think of it this way. We go back to school. We all know that a young child can pick up a second language a lot easier than we can. That's because their brains, and by extension their central nervous systems, are still very neuroplastic. They're sponge-like or like magnets. Almost any stimulus we give them, they learn at a very rapid rate. We need to take advantage of this period, all these sensitive periods in development, and that's where we need to input physical literacy and long-term athletic development programs that are based on helping them discover and explore movement and learn how to move better, learn how to move more proficiently. So this was a little bit of a ramble and a rant for you guys today, but I really want to open your eyes and open the doors to all of these terms: long-term athletic development, physical literacy, sensitive periods. They're more important. They are more important to young children than the sports they are playing. Trust me when I tell you this. They're more important. So we need to figure out a way, not just in physical education classes, but outside of physical education, outside of their school systems, how we can layer in movement proficiency training and long-term athletic development so that they're successful now, and then in the short term after that, and most importantly when they're our age. Can they take care of their bodies for the rest of their lives? Are they active, vibrant movers for the rest of their lives? So with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you soon.